Kansas City has pockets where the very wealthy live. In fact, some of these neighborhoods, the homes break $2 million, $5 million, and in some instances, $10 million. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to take you behind the gate, so to speak, and I'm going to share with you 6 of the most exclusive neighborhoods in the Kansas City metro, and you're going to want to stay around to the end because I'm going to share with you a hidden gem. So that being said, let's hop in to the first neighborhood. Mission Hills isn't just Kansas's most exclusive neighborhood, but it's also the address that defines Kansas City wealth. It is home to the old wealth and some of Kansas City's most influential residents. Now, it only covers about 2 square miles of land area. It's situated just on the west side of the Kansas-Missouri state line, and it is synonymous with wealth as well as prestige. It was founded in 1914 by J.C. Nichols with the intention to mirror the elegant estates of Europe. It has winding streets that are lined with massive trees, manicured landscaping, stone bridges, and expansive lots. In fact, the typical lot is a ½ acre to an acre, sometimes more. There you're going to have ample greenery, as privacy, with room for things like pools, elaborate gardens, guest house, tennis courts, all types of different personal amenities. Let's talk a little bit about the homes. These homes are historic masterpieces. The styles include Georgian, Tudor, Mediterranean, and most of these homes were built from about 1910 to 1950, and over the years they have been carefully renovated and restored and have retained their elegance. Now, the homes typically start in the range of about $1.5 million, and they'll go anywhere up to between $4 and $8 million. Now, the very top homes, those homes on larger lots, are going to actually push that number. The average home value in Mission Hills is $1,530,308, and that's up by 8% over last year. Now, the price per square foot is somewhere between $391 and $405 a square foot. And to give you some context, the average price per square foot in the Kansas City metro is $167. And in terms of inventory, it's very tight. In fact, a lot of these homes simply stay within the family over generations. Now, Mission Hills itself is home to 2 elite country clubs. You've got the Kansas City Country Club and the Mission Hills Country Club. The Kansas City Country Club is the oldest country club and the most prestigious country club in the Kansas City area. It was founded in 1896, actually sat on the site which is now Lewis Park. In 1925, it moved over to the Kansas side where it's currently located. Now, to become a member, this club is so exclusive that you have to have 2 current members recommend you to the board. And once you go in front of the board, then a decision is made. And it's not just about how much money you have or how wealthy you are, but what kind of connections you have as well. Residents, they have easy access to shopping, including the Country Club Plaza, which is just minutes away. This is a Spanish-style shopping center that was built in 1925 by J.C. Nichols. It was the first open-air shopping center that was designed for the automobile. Here you'll have upscale dining and retailers such as Tiffany & Company, Kate Spade, Free People, and Tivol Jewelries. In addition to the plaza, you also have access to shopping centers like Brookside and Crestwood, and close by are cultural venues like the Nelson Atkins Art Museum and the Kemper Museum of Art. And then there's, as far as parks and things of that nature, you have easy access to Lewis Park as well as the Coffin Memorial Gardens. Now, in terms of schools, Mission Hills is served by the Shawnee Mission School District. Niche.com rates it as the 7th top school district in the state of Kansas. They've given it an A rating. In addition to the public school system, though, you have close access to a number of highly rated private schools like Pembroke, Rocker's Tie, and St. Teresa's. Today, Mission Hills remains one of the wealthiest zip codes in the Midwest. Coming from Mission Hills does carry a certain kind of cultural status, making it sort of the gold standard, if you will, for ultra wealthy homeowners. Now, before we move to the next neighborhood, if we haven't met before, my name is Chris Pucci, and I've been helping people just like you make a transition to the Kansas City market. And I've also been posting videos like this and sharing with you all the things about the Kansas City real estate market. So if you want to learn more, subscribe to the channel. And if you are thinking of making a transition to the Kansas City area, I would be more than happy to help you make that smooth move to Kansas City. Next up, Sunset Hills, one of Kansas City's most iconic and luxurious neighborhoods. It is located just south of the Country Club Plaza. It blends architectural heritage, tree-lined streets, and close proximity to the city culture. Now, it lies in the Country Club Historic District, and the neighborhood itself's heart runs along Ward Parkway Boulevard, and here you're going to find some of the grandest homes in the Kansas City area. Homes in Sunset Hill were built in the early 20th century, from about 1910 to 1930. The styles include colonial, Tudor, as well as Mediterranean, French Provincial, and neoclassical, all reflecting the timeless elegance of the Country Club District. Now, over time, most of these homes have been carefully either restored or renovated, preserving their historic charm while offering today's luxury amenities. One of the most notable homes is the Mac B. Nelson home. It's located at 5500 Ward Parkway. It contains 16 bedrooms, 8 baths, a pool, and tennis court. Pricing in Sunset Hill? Well, homes in Sunset Hill command premium pricing. Its average house is worth about $1,143,800. Prices range anywhere from $1 million to $4 million plus, and this is up 3% over last year. Those homes that are located along Ward Parkway are actually going to bring a higher value. Buyers are drawn to the Sunset Hills due to the architectural integrity and the historic charm, combined with large landscape lots that you rarely find this close to the urban core. What makes Sunset Hills so special, and it's not just the stately homes, it's its location. It's unbeatable. It is easily walkable to the Country Club Plaza, as well as cultural institutions like the Nelson Art Atkins Museum and the Kemper Museum. Residents also have immediate access to Luce Park, scenic walking routes, as well as easy access to golf and social clubs like the Carriage Club, the Kansas City Country Club, and the Mission Hills Country Club. For those people who are seeking status, architecture, and a refined lifestyle, then Sunset Hills is what we would think is a rare find. It isn't just a neighborhood. It's a living piece of Kansas City legacy and a place where architectural elegance, prime location, and culture converge. In short, Sunset Hill is not just a luxury neighborhood, it's the cornerstone of Kansas City's elite residential identity. With that being said, let's go check out our next neighborhood. The next neighborhood we're going to tackle is Hallbrook. Now, we've just finished talking about Sunset Hill, which is on the Missouri side of the state line. So here we're going to transition back over to the Kansas side, and we're going to talk about Hallbrook. So look, if Mission Hills is considered the old world luxury, then Hallbrook is its modern golf course side counterpart. Here we're talking about stately custom estates to country club living, and this makes Hallbrook one of Johnson County's most prestigious neighborhoods. It sits in South Leawood. It's centered around the Leawood Country Club, and as far as development, it began in the late 1980s through the 1990s, and almost every home in Hallbrook is a custom-built home, usually on a large lot with mature landscaping and high-end architectural details. You're going to see a really nice mixture of traditional European designs, transitional luxury, as well as modern executive homes. Many of these houses are going to have golf course frontage, private pools, as well as resort-style backyards. And it's not unusual to see homes that contain 5,000 to 9,000 plus square feet, all crafted with meticulous attention to detail. The neighborhood itself is beautifully maintained. It's quiet, it's private, and yet it has close to everything that Kansas City and Johnson County has to offer. Now, Hallbrook is one of the top priced neighborhoods in Johnson County. The median sales price is about $2 million, which is up more than 50% over last year. And luxury listings, well, they're stretching well into the $3 million plus range. And even entry point homes have a tend to start at the 1.3 to 1.6 million price point. And premium homes, especially those around large lots or have exceptional features like size, finish, club frontage, pool, are all priced typically in the 2.5 to 3.5 million or more range. Appreciation has been very strong thanks to low inventory and high demand. And again, these are not spec homes. All of these properties are what we would call legacy properties, and therefore that creates rare turnover. Now, another great advantage to living in Hallbrook is the fact that Hallbrook is part of Leawood's top-rated school system. Niche.com gives the Blue Valley School District an A+ rating, but more importantly, it lists it as the #1 school district in the state of Kansas. In addition to the public school district, many families, though, take advantage of the private schools that are nearby, which include Rockhurst High School, which is an all-boys Jesuit high school, Notre Dame de Sion, which has a co-ed grade school, K through 8th grade, and then an all-girls high school. Now, in terms of other amenities, well, you have access to the Hallbrook Country Club, where there you have access to golf, tennis, social events, and dining, and you are literally under 5 minutes away from some of Kansas City's most upscale shopping centers, including two of my favorite, Leawood Town Center Plaza and Park Place, which is an outdoor mixed-use center with tree-lined streets, and in the middle they have this nice park, which they turn into an ice skating rink in the winter. So, here's the bottom line. If you're someone who's looking for prestige, privacy, and a country club living style, Hallbrook is the best address in Johnson County. With its custom estates, strong home values, and unbeatable location, this is why Hallbrook constantly ranks among the top luxury neighborhoods in the Kansas City metro. Hallbrook, it offers prestige, privacy, and luxury with newer construction and a strong community atmosphere. Okay, once again, we're going to cross the state line, so we're going back over to Kansas, and we're going to talk about a neighborhood that I think tends to fly under the radar, and that is Lionsgate. And in my opinion, this is one of Johnson County's most exclusive and prestigious neighborhoods. This is where luxury living meets golf course elegance. Here you're going to find upscale homes, refined amenities, including a Jack Nicklaus Championship Par 72 golf course, as well as access to all that Johnson County has to offer. Now, Lionsgate is located in South Overland Park. The neighborhood blends residential living with country club amenities, and that makes it one of the most desirable addresses in the Blue Valley School District. You're going to find a nice mixture of estate-style homes, course frontage properties, as well as exclusive villas, which are really nice. They're tucked into these beautifully landscaped streets. Now, homes in Lionsgate, they're going to range anywhere from $1.2 million to over $2 million, with some properties even pushing that higher. Many homes, they're situated on at least a third of an acre or larger lot. And as far as architecturally, you're going to see a blend of traditional European, transitional, as well as contemporary luxury designs. Many of these homes are custom built, and they're positioned on very generous lots. Often they're backing directly onto the golf course. Now, they do also offer what they call their gated villa enclave, which offers maintenance-free provided living with golf course views. And this is ideal for the person who really wants kind of what I'll call a lock and leave luxury. So overall, you have this nice mixture of styles, scale, and setting, and that's what gives Lionsgate sort of this distinctive upscale feel. But what really sets Lionsgate apart is the lifestyle. You've got the Nicholas Golf Club. This is the centerpiece of Lionsgate. It offers championship golf, tennis, a resort-style pool, fitness center, dining, as well as social events. And many of the homes, they enjoy direct golf views, something few neighborhoods in Johnson County offer. Outside of Lionsgate, you're just minutes from 135th Street's upscale shopping and dining. You have easy access to major thoroughfares, and you are part of the top-rated Blue Valley School District. This combination of gated sections, country club access, and beautifully maintained grounds makes this community feel private, secure, as well as refined. So, with its prestigious golf course setting, architecturally distinctive homes, and exclusive lifestyle, Lionsgate stands out as one of Johnson County's most prestigious neighborhoods. It's ideal for people who want elegance, amenities, security, and a true sense of community all in one place. Okay, now we're going to transition back over to the Missouri side, which is pretty typical here in the Kansas City area. You're always crossing the state line because half of the metro area is on the Missouri side, the other is on the Kansas side. So we're going to transition back over to the Missouri side, and the area that we're going to talk about is adjacent to Ward Parkway. In fact, if you've ever driven down Ward Parkway, then you're like most of us, you wonder what it would be like to live in one of these historic mansions that lines Ward Parkway. Well, let me introduce to you one of Kansas City's most elegant conclaves, and that is StratFord Gardens. Now this neighborhood, it blends old world architecture, timeless prestige, as well as an unbeatable location. Now it lies in the heart of the Country Club District. It lies between Ward Parkway and State Line Road. On the west of State Line, you're adjacent to Mission Hills, and to the south, you're adjacent to Sunset Hills. Now, this is another J.C. Nichols development consisting of 230 homes. The neighborhood is known for its quiet tree-lined streets, beautifully landscaped lots, and a level of architectural charm you just don't find in today's development. So, this property was developed in the early 20th century, and it has maintained its prestige for over a century, making it one of the city's most sought-after addresses. The homes in StratFord Gardens, they typically start in the $800,000 to $900,000 range. They can easily exceed $2 million or more, particularly for those estates that are along Ward Parkway or on larger lots. Now, these are not cookie-cutter houses. Each house tells its own story. Architectural styles include Tudor Revival, Colonial, French Provincial, as well as Mediterranean, and these homes are often built between the 1910s to the 1940s. Most of them have been beautifully restored, maintained, or renovated, blending their original craftsmanship with modern luxury. You're going to see homes with Spanish tile roofs, slate roofs, leaded glass windows, limestone detailing. These are features that you just don't see in newer construction. What really, though, makes StratFord Gardens so special is its location and lifestyle. You're minutes from shopping centers like the Country Club Plaza, Brookside, Crestwood, and you're also within minutes of cultural venues like the Nelson Atkins Art Museum, as well as some of Kansas City's best dining. But what the residents really love about StratFord Gardens is its walkability and its proximity to prestigious country clubs, as well as the architectural legacy that gives this neighborhood its unmistakable character. It's quiet, it's residential, but it's at the center of everything. StratFord Gardens is where historic Kansas City elegance meets enduring desirability. With its stately homes, incredible location, and unmatched charm, this neighborhood continues to attract buyers who value architecture, prestige, exclusivity, and proximity to the city's cultural heartbeat. All right, congratulations, because if you've gotten this far, that means you're ready to see that hidden gem neighborhood that I spoke about at the beginning of the video. Now, yeah, you're right, we had to move back over to the Missouri side, but we're now going to talk about that hidden gem, which is Loch Loyd. Now, this is one of the most exclusive communities in the Kansas City metro. It's known for its stunning lakefront homes, championship golf course, and 24/7 security. It is truly resort-style living just minutes from the city. It sits just south of the Johnson County, Kansas line. It's nestled around a beautiful private lake and the Tom Watson signature golf course. It's a gated community with controlled access and a reputation for privacy, elegance, and lifestyle. This is where Kansas City's elites, such as Patrick Mahomes, live. It is surrounded by wooden hills, water, and fairways, and the homes in Loch Loyd, they are solidly in the luxury market. The average sales price is $1.3 to $1.5 million, and the property per square foot runs between $200 and $350 a square foot, with lakefront and golf course community properties commanding the higher end. Now, entry-level homes, well, in the community they often start at $800,000 to $1 million, while custom estates, now those are going to go anywhere from say $4 to $8 million, especially if they're on premium lake lots or they have a lot of amenities. For instance, Patrick Mahomes' estate reportedly has its own private pond, a golf hole, a 40-yard football field, and extensive landscaping. As far as inventory, well, it's limited. Many of the properties which are custom builds on oversized lots, those homes really rarely ever hit the open market. The community itself, though, revolves around the Tom Watson signature golf course. You've got this amazingly beautiful clubhouse. There's a resort-style pool, fitness center, tennis courts, as well as social activities. But in addition to that, the residents can enjoy the private boating and paddle boating on the lake. They've got scenic walking trails, as well as well-maintained, peaceful streets. Because it's fully gated 24/7, Loch Loyd offers a level of privacy and exclusivity that you just don't find in other Johnson County communities. With its high-end homes, beautiful setting, and tight-knit exclusive community, Loch Loyd feels just like a private resort that's just a few minutes away from the city. If you're a person looking for lake living, golf, but puts a premium on privacy and luxury, then this is one of the most desirable addresses in the Kansas City metro, and it would be a perfect fit for you. There we have it. All 6 communities, in my opinion, are the most exclusive, wealthiest communities in the KC metro. If you are interested in any of these communities or have questions or want to learn more, hey, let's set up a time so we can chat. You can contact me by phone, email, text, or better yet, you can also schedule a Zoom call. So look, do me a favor if you would. Like the video, and better yet, subscribe to the channel. That way you'll know about changes that are taking place in the Kansas City market, and you'll learn more about what it's like to live in Kansas City. One last thing, most of you may know that in addition to being a realtor, I also am a lender. So if you're like most of us and you need financing, well, I would be an invaluable resource. I can answer any questions you have, as well as help you navigate the process. And if you do know someone who's making a transition to another market, not necessarily Kansas City, please feel free to give me a shout. I could hook them up with a realtor in that market as well. So all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. And until then, I look forward to showing you around the Kansas City area.